So Tanya's doctorate in Google strikes again. Before we look at her video and laugh, let's remind you of all her Google degrees she has. Firstly, we have her legal Google degree where she quotes laws incorrectly or just makes them up as she goes along. Next, she was a mental health practitioner where she was able to diagnose her own and others' mental health and speak like she was an expert. Well, she is an expert on being mental. Now, most recently, she is an expert in hematology. She has already diagnosed Kevin as having an iron deficiency without any blood tests. Now she is self-diagnosing cortisone levels. Anyway, let's get into this so-called medical expert Tuna and fact-check it with NHS realities.
Because it helps. Okay, so we can see here is a hot water. Okay, so around a year ago, I started getting some random aching. It wasn't enough to need to take any paracetamol or ibuprofen. Yeah, just like a throbby little ache here. I put it down to sharing a single bed. So I would always be sleeping on this side. For pretty much throughout my whole sleep, I would be laying on the one side, so it made sense to me.
It may make sense to you, but it won't make sense to anyone with a working brain.
I was obviously putting too much pressure on the muscle.
Are you stupid or something?
I would get, I don't know if it's close. I started off using one of these. It's quite tight to get on. So I put it on, slide it up, and it would keep everything from moving inside, you know, just from any movement like this, any jolts, anything like that. And after wearing that for a day or two, it would go away and it'd be totally fine.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
Only Tuna would wear a compression sleeve for the wrong reasons. They are mainly used for deep vein thrombosis or lymphedema. They are normally used when doing exercises, etc., not for when you're laying down, and as usual, I bet she didn't consult a doctor or pharmacist.
When I was in the single bed on my own, it wouldn't be as bad. So I started noticing the pattern whenever Kevin would come and I was sharing this single bed. My arm would hurt. As time went on, it would come, it would go. I didn't go to the doctor, I didn't do anything because it was pretty obvious to me what was wrong with it. I wasn't overworking my arm, you know, as anyone who may know, I've been not really doing much for the past 3 years, so I knew I hadn't caused any injury to it. There was no real reason that it should be hurting.
You answered your own question. You two grown adults sleeping in a single bed. There is a clue in that. The word is single. You need a double bed, not a compression sleeve.
But as each time went on, the pain became worse. I got the new bed, I got the double bed, but the situation didn't go away. Now what I did notice, I didn't think anything at the time, but a few weeks ago I went through quite a lot of stress and I went and walked for about 6 hours.
Notice how she still hasn't gone and spoke to anyone in the medical field.
Whilst I was walking, I was holding my arm because here was really hurting, more so than it had before. But what I had to do in the end, what did I use? I think it was a scarf or something, I can't remember, and I tied it around, I wrapped it around as tight as I could. It gave a tiny bit of help with it moving because I was walking, but...
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So Tuna just said she did a tourniquet. That is up there with the dumbest thing she could have ever done and will have caused her much more issues.
Didn't really ease the pain or anything like that. I think 4 o'clock in the morning. The pain had become so unbearable. Kevin called an ambulance. I thought it was my heart because the pain I was experiencing here had started radiating more over here.
Cardiac issues like heart attacks radiate away from the heart, not towards it. What you have basically not easily described is a nerve-related issue. From either too much exercise or too little and laying on it too much. So you wasted an ambulance when all you need is a GP to prescribe you something like gabapentin pregabalin or amitriptyline, something that will target nerve pain.
The paramedics came, they did a ECG and they said it had come back up normal and to go to A&E.
Of course the ECG will come back normal because it's not a heart issue. And going to A&E is standard operating procedure for someone complaining of chest pain.
So with that, I'm obviously concerned, thinking, wow, am I having a heart attack? Have I had a heart attack? Heart disease?
Bruh.
So I got my results back on Tuesday and he said the ECG came back perfectly normal. So that was all a little bit bizarre.
It's not bizarre if there is no heart problems. How is a normal ECG bizarre?
The ECG came back perfectly normal. I told him about my arm. He said to me, can you move it this way? Out backwards? Yes. Can you move it this way? Yes. Then he said, can you hold it in front? So I said, it's really very heavy to do that and I can't raise it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Like that. That really hurts. She wants this side. I'm just showing you the good side. So he said, can you lift it if I was to push your arm up? And I got to about there and I said, yeah, but that really hurts here now. So he referred me to a physiotherapist who is going to show me the correct exercises for whatever's wrong with me. So he told me he suspects it to be muscle injury. I'm not convinced, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not experienced.
Part of this
Would you please shut the hell up?
You stupid fish. You're not convinced when you have described to a T what would be a muscle or nerve-related issue that a physiotherapist will help you with. And yes, you're not a medical expert, so stop acting like you're a doctor, specialist, or consultant.
Ow. So to poke there, that hurts. And to poke on the top here, that hurts. That hurts. The other day it did hurt here, but not so much now.
So if it's hurting there, then the issue is where you're poking. Unfortunately, you can't learn common sense from Google. And you are proving from this episode you don't have common sense.
So he said to use, let me see if I can move better. It's scared to me. Okay, so he recommended, he said don't take, I said will ibuprofen help with this? He said no, don't take ibuprofen, get some ibuprofen gel. So this is what I got, £8 in the pharmacy behind the counter, the strongest one that they can do, I believe, maximum strength.
That's correct, as ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory pain relief which is better at targeting pain and inflammation from infections. The gel version is better to target muscle-related issues, especially around the shoulder and back area.
Whatever my condition is, it didn't do anything for me. The first time I used it, I don't know if it was a mind over matter thing, I felt like it had improved, but within 30 minutes I was in pure agony. So I got the ibuprofen capsules, which is what I've been taking. These were £1 for 16 in the pound shop. Within 30 minutes, it gave me some pain relief. It did work. The doctor was wrong on that one.
No, you just were not following the instructions, as you never do.
It did work. They only worked for around 2 hours and I was back in agony again. Like a stabbing sensation here, at the same time on top of my shoulder, stabbing sensation, all of that around the arm, throb, and then a shooting pain down here.
So again, proving it's nerve or muscle related. Just taking pain relief won't help. You need to do the physiotherapy as well.
And all I could do was just carry it like this. It's pretty frightening. So yeah, every 2 hours, and I did that for about 2 days. Now it does say you shouldn't take more than 8 per 24 hours. I mean...
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
So Tanya has just done something very dangerous. She has misquoted the dosage for ibuprofen. Do not take more than 6 in a 24 hours. Do ever 6 hours unless a doctor has advised you, as that's overdosing. Tuna is quoting paracetamol, which is to ever 4 hours, no more than 8 in a 24-hour period. This is how dangerous she is.
It was giving me pain relief for 2 hours. I'm taking it. So with that, I started doing a bit of research. What could this be? Because I'm not convinced about the doctor saying it's probably muscle strain.
Now Tuna goes to Google to diagnose herself and not listen to the medical experts.
And I don't want to do the wrong exercises, because I tried doing some exercises. I did look on Google, and moving it, doing anything to it, even carrying this just now when I'd done the hot water bottle.
What you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You just showed how dumb you are. You Googled exercises for something you didn't know. They didn't work. You saw a doctor and was told what to do. You ignored and disagreed with the doctor, and you go back to Google. You are an idiot and stupid.
It has made it hurt again, that's why I'm holding it a bit more. So I started reading up about, well, it was Kevin who actually provoked that thought. He said chronic stress. So I've had a read up on that.
And you're going to listen to Cove. Like he is a medical expert who you can trust. The real life dumb and dumber you both are.
I'll read a little bit, I'll do a bit of a vlog on what I've read, and I'll put the link in where I found it. But chronic stress can lead to this kind of pain. And this could also be linked to Kevin's head pain. Hence why, so if I was to go and have an x-ray, they may not, I don't think you can see information through an x-ray, I don't know. If I was to have an x-ray, they're probably not going to see anything wrong, and they're going to say to me there's nothing wrong. Well,
you really need to shut up and stop reading Google to the people watching. You are very dangerous. You already proved it was not stress-related by proving it gets worse with movement and touch. That shows it's not stress-related and it's muscular. X-ray can show fluid buildup. But you don't have an infection. You are so dangerous that no wonder you can only have supervised access with your own grandkids.
there is, I'm in pain. So chronic stress releases cortisol. Too much cortisol will cause you physical pain somewhere. And that physical pain will be exacerbated. So if you're in kind of stress like fight or flight mode, and you're like that all the time, yeah, you're going to be in pain all the time, basically. Like I say, I'll read a bit of it.
This is why she is so dangerous, misquoting medical diagnosis. For something she doesn't have. She has been warned about doing this before online. And again, this will be reported to protect the vulnerable that can be exposed to her.
And explain it to you a little bit better. So I'm pretty convinced that's what it is for me. Now, since I've been home, this isn't me saying anything bad about Kevin, but because of the amount of stress I've been through since meeting him, because of everything I go through being with him, it would make sense that this is stress related. Now, I've noticed a pattern that, yeah, it does come when I'm stressed. I just haven't ever linked it before. Since I've been home, I came home yesterday morning, he went home. Oh, ouch, it's hurt me a little bit. Since I've been home, I haven't been as irate about it, I haven't been like as loud about it. I've been a lot calmer. I've had periods of 4 hours sleep at a time, and I'm guessing it's because I'm probably more relaxed, more calm. In the hotel, Kevin was quite neurotic, running around, I don't know what to do, I'm going to call 101, As it was flaring up, as the pain was really activated, and it was really triggering me. Will you shut up? Because when you're in so much pain, your brain has to be able to focus and concentrate on pain management, which is to relax. So when you're feeling another person's energy around you, how can you relax? And that's why it's really difficult to look after and to care for somebody who's in a lot of pain. There's nothing you can do to help them. There's nothing you can do. And so if you're around them worrying, if you're around them going, oh my God, I feel bad, I can't do anything, you're not allowing them to get rid of the stress in their body. Now, stress in your body isn't always really noticeable. So I noticed this today. I was on the phone.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
To Kevin, and he was speaking to somebody, it doesn't matter who, but this person said something that wasn't really very nice. And I don't want to be as extreme as to say it stressed me out. It wasn't very nice and it hurt, but not in a point for me to go rah rah rah. But at that moment I did notice, even though I'd taken the ibuprofen and the pain had settled, the throbbing started to come back. And that was when I said to Kevin, I think it could be, because what was just said would stress me out. Maybe not to have to, you know, be dramatic about it and vocal about it, but inside of my body, it clearly created a stress message, and it started to hurt. I let that go, relaxed, and it subsided again. It went away again. So I'm pretty convinced that it is stress related, which is absolutely crazy, and maybe an answer as to why a lot of people have got undiagnosed pain. You may not feel stressed out, you know, maybe you've got adult children, you worry about them left home, you're worrying about them, they've got a new boyfriend, you're worrying about them, even though you're not walking around going, oh my god, I'm so stressed, oh my god, they've got a new boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. And your body could be worrying, and some people worry more, stress more about things than other people. It doesn't have to be a big thing that's happened. And if you've been through trauma in the past, your body is already prepared for survival mode. And cortisol is there to help survival mode. Too much of it, like anything, it's going to counteract what it's meant to do, and it's going to put you in pain. I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I'm going to go read a bit for it to make more sense to you, because I'm not very good at explaining stuff. I haven't got any strength, it feels like. As soon as the pain, if there was no pain, which a couple of times it has been like that, I can be pretty active and normal on it, but then it's going to hurt more. But right this moment, I think because I've just done the hot water bottle, yeah, to use it, I can't even put it straight. To use a muscle, it's really, really going to hurt. It's frustrating because I don't feel ill, but I can't do anything. There's so much I want to do. I'm not even going to put the camera around this house. There's so much I want to do and I can't do anything. I've just got to sit here holding this arm in my new great big cardigan. Okay, great. Thanks for listening.
I suggest everyone go to her YouTube and report that video for harmful misinformation. Her channel is English_Rose_channel. Because if a vulnerable person sees that video, they are at risk of serious harm.